Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the StringTime concert. This is our 5th out of 6 concerts this summer. We're so excited you joined us to see all the hard work that these students have been doing this week. It is my privilege to introduce the first group of students. We call them the Minuettes, and this group of students has little to no experience on their instruments prior to Monday, so a lot of them have never touched a string instrument before they joined us. And we're super proud of all the hard work they've done to put together 3 wonderful songs for you. So, without further ado, let's give a big warm welcome to the Minuettes! did was so fabulous. Not only have they had to learn how to hold the instrument, which in and of itself is quite difficult. Actually, I heard one time a surgeon say that he learned to play the violin and also went to school to be a surgeon. And of the two, learning the violin was the more difficult. So, all that to say, these students have been working super hard, and we're very proud of them for that wonderful performance. The next group of performers, we call them our Rondos. These students have a bit more experience on their instruments, so some of them perhaps take private lessons, some of them might play in school, or have been to StringTime with us a few times before. And the wonderful thing about our program this evening is that all of the music the students are playing has been written just for us, and each piece is a world premiere that's today being performed for the first time. And this is because we have a resident composer, Daniel DiMarino. He also writes music for the Duolingo learning app, and he has written us custom arrangements and pieces for every week this summer so that the kids have a fresh new piece to play that is totally tailored to their experience level. And that's been such a joy as a teacher to be able to teach them music that is totally capable for them to perform. And so you'll see that the Rondos, who have a little bit more experience, have music that reflects that as well. And we've also been hard at work working on our ensemble skills. So we've been teaching the classes separately, where we have our violins, our violas, and our cellos with their individual teachers, and then we've all been joining together in our ensemble classes to put together these concert pieces. And a part of playing an ensemble is not only playing your instrument well and knowing your part, but playing together, matching our bows, matching our dynamics, matching our rhythms, and we're so excited for you guys to see what the Rondos have put together today. All right, and let's give a warm welcome to the Rondos. let's get it up one more time for the Rondos. All right, I thought that last set was super fun. Another fun thing that our composer does is he makes a theme for each week, and the theme, as you probably heard for the Rondos this time around, was dances from around the world. I don't know, I kind of wanted to get up and dance while I was playing. All right, I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name is Amara Candybin, and in addition to teaching violin here at StringTime, I also have the pleasure of teaching our music history class. So these students are not only busy preparing for the concert, but we have a ton of fun together throughout the day. We have our music theory class where they learn how to read the music, put the notes and the rhythms really into concept for them. We do music games, and we also do a music history class where we learn about the musical eras and different composers who have written music for these instruments throughout time, and we have a ton of fun. And for our next portion of the concert, the faculty are going to play for you one piece of music from each of the musical eras that we studied, but we're also going to have some students come up and introduce these pieces and these composers for you so you can get a little taste of what they've been up to. So first, Ryan and Adelaide are going to join me up on stage, fresh off of performing, and they're going to kick us off on our journey through the musical eras. So Adelaide, can you tell our audience, where did we start? What musical era did we begin in together?
The Baroque era.
Exactly, the Baroque era. And tell us, what was the music like during the Baroque era?
It was very decorated. In other words, ornamentation was the word at that time. And there was a lot of dramatic melodies, and repetition.
Exactly, good information. All right, and Ryan, can you tell us the composer that we studied who was living and writing music during the Baroque era?
George Friedrich Handel.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about Handel if you're unfamiliar with the name.
His parents wanted him to be a lawyer, but he didn't want to be a lawyer. So he studied music secretly. And he also, his most famous piece was the Hallelujah chorus. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
You guys know that one? All right. Thank you, Ryan and Adelaide. All right, they have introduced very wonderfully the Baroque era and George Friedrich Handel. However, because they did such a good job singing the Hallelujah chorus, we're going to play something different. We're going to play hornpipe from his water music. All right, Claire and Eleanor are already up here, wonderful, to continue along on our musical journey. Now that you've heard a little bit of a sample of music from the Baroque era with some of those repetition motives, Claire, can you tell us what are we up for next?
The classical era.
Exactly, and tell us, how did the music change, or what are some things the composers were doing during the classical era?
The composers liked to have lots of form and structure, and the melodies were very elegant and clear.
Exactly, I don't think I could have put it better myself. And Eleanor, could you tell our audience the classical era composer we studied?
We studied Luigi Boccherini.
Yes, and tell us, what did we learn about Boccherini? Do you have any fun facts to share?
His father taught him cello, and he proved to be very skilled. So skilled that if a solo violinist got sick, he could play the part on his cello. He was fired by the King of Spain for writing music the way he wanted to, and put a repeat for a part that the king told him to remove.
A little bit of a rebel on our hands, exactly. I love that story. Thank you to Claire and Eleanor for introducing the classical era and the Boccherini. All right, we are going to be playing for you one of his most famous lasting tunes. It's his Minuet and Trio. All right, now that you've heard a little sampling of the elegant classical era, Asher and Ethan are coming up here on stage to continue our way through the eras. Asher, please tell everyone what comes after the classical era.
The Romantic era.
The Romantic era, exactly. And how did music change during the Romantic era? What are some things the composers were doing at this point?
The composers cared more about feeling and emotions more than form, and they liked to play program music, which is music with a story.
Yeah, that was a very popular style at the time. Can you tell everyone, if they've never heard of program music, some examples that we listened to this week?
The planets and the carnival of the animals.
Exactly. Maybe some familiar pieces for some of you. Good. And Ethan, can you tell us the composer from the Romantic era that we studied this week?
Franz Schubert.
Yes. Okay, Schubert. Tell us, what could be interesting to know about Schubert?
He was only 5'1", so his friends called him Little Mushroom. And his most famous piece, the Trout Quintet, is played on washing machines over the world.
Those were some very fun facts. But instead of the Trout Quintet, we're going to play for you guys Death in the Maiden, one of his very emotional string quartets. Thank you, Asher and Ethan, for introducing Schubert in the Romantic era. our journey through the musical eras, but we've got Teddy and Eliza up here to conclude. So Teddy, now that we've been through the Baroque, the Classical, and the Romantic eras, where have we finished our journey?
Last but not least, the modern era.
The modern era. All right, tell us, what has happened in the modern era?
The music has changed because instead of playing it by hand or going to concerts, you go listen to it electric on technology. More technology was used to play music, and things that were happening were the airplane was invented, World War II and World War I was taking place in the 1900s, and instrumentation included harmonies and melodies mixed together.
Yeah, there was a lot of innovation and experimentation by composers as well as scientists during the modern era. And Eliza, can you tell us, who did we study? Which composer have we learned about from the modern era this week?
Jessie Montgomery.
Yes, our first female composer that we studied. Can you tell us a little bit about Jessie Montgomery?
She's a violinist, and in college, she wanted to be a composer, and one of her pieces that they're going to play is Strum.
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Strum is one of her really fun pieces that was completed in 2012, so definitely our freshest piece of music. I hope you'll enjoy a lot of the pizzicato themes throughout. And let's give a round of applause to Teddy and Eliza for introducing the modern era. Although it's not written in your program, we are going to end with a little surprise, special treat for you guys. we're going to have our Minuettes and our Rondos and faculty all join together for one little piece for you. But they told me we should keep it a surprise and see if you recognize it afterwards. But while we're resetting our stage, I would love to invite one of our lovely board members to the stage, Louisa Wahala, who has a few daughters who have come to StringTime with us. In fact, Esther has been up on the stage with our Rondo violins this evening just to share a few words with you all.
Thank you so much. And please just give a round of applause for this beautiful concert from the faculty and yourself. I'm very honored to be part of the board, but most importantly, I'm an original StringTime mom. So our girls have been coming to camp for all 5 years that's been offered. And I can't say enough positive things about the experience. And they asked me tonight to just point out in your program, just in the middle there is a QR code to donate also on the website. And the important part to note is this is a nonprofit foundation, and that donation will go directly to scholarships to help future campers who may need financial support attend this wonderful camp. So take a look as we're shifting to logistics, and thank you all for coming. Thank you all for driving your kids back and forth all week, and thank you for our support.
Thank you so much, Louisa. I'll just share a few more things with you as we continue to get set up. First of all, this is our 5th concert, but we have one final concert and week of StringTime here at this same location next week. And we have loved working with all of your students. If you want to come back and try a new instrument, or maybe come back for 1 week more, we would love to have you. I think we have a few spots still open if you'd like to register before noon tomorrow. That is our final deadline. And even if you don't come back as a camper, you are more than welcome to come to the concert. It'll be the same time next week, Friday at 5 p.m. And following the concert, we would love for you to stay and join us in celebrating these students at a reception afterwards. And a couple final reminders is that if you are renting an instrument from us, please don't take it home. We will have to take those back after the concert is over. But I think that's all I have to share for now. We are so excited and proud of these guys for all of that done this week. We've had so much fun, and we're going to go ahead and conclude our concert with a top secret special surprise song. nice reception and one final round of applause for the StringTime students.